Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Today's video is dedicated to pros and cons of renting a basement suite here in Canada. Well, I'm currently located in Calgary, guys, and I started off a basement suite. Right now I am owning this house and I'm renting out the basement suite to somebody on Rent Faster right now. But anyways, this video is not sponsored by anyone or anything. I'm just here to share the pros and cons of you renting a basement suite. If you're new to Canada, that's where I started off. Guys, I came to Canada just 10 years ago, and well, I moved to Calgary 8 years ago, and I started off my journey from renting a basement, well, until my landlord kicked me out because I ended up getting a pet, and it was a no-no, and I had to leave because of my cat, because pets were not allowed, but I started off a basement suite. So why do people rent basement suites in Canada? Why did I rent? First of all, guys, I want to say that basements are nothing like it is back home. You know, someone told me, yeah, are you living in a basement? They literally think, like the vision people get who are not from Canada is like, there are utilities like pipes, rats running around, spiders, dust, and cold, and you're literally lying like a bum on a basement. But no, in Canada, basement suites are essentially what back home we call an apartment. So what is the pros and what are the cons? Well, let's start from the pros of owning a basement suite. Number one is affordability. So guys, having a basement suite is cheaper than renting the entire house. Renting the upstairs, you know, it's cheaper than renting upstairs. It's always cheaper to be downstairs because there are certain cons with that. And it's also cheaper than own or renting an apartment of a same size. You know, so you basically get like an apartment, but is more space for a cheaper price. So first pro is it is cheaper, so it's more affordable. If you're like me, an international student, and you want to have a place of your own, you don't want to have roommates, let's say, in a condo unit in a downtown that might be so expensive, you go for a basement and you have more space at a cheaper price for yourself. Now, also another part about it is the space itself is another pro. So if you have a family and you don't have enough space if you're renting an apartment, let's say, so you need more space to live in a place and don't want to pay a premium. So you literally get space of almost like a house, and you might even get some access to the backyard and essentially the house itself. So you get all the space at a cheaper rate. So another pro is, of course, it's more spacious. There are basements that are like one room, like bachelor room. That's what my wife used to rent out at first. It was two ladies. They had a bathroom and they have like a studio. Basically, one room is the beds in it and a kitchen in the same room. So it was like tiny one. And when I moved to Calgary, I had a basement suite that had 2 bedrooms, a living room. That's what I have right now here that I'm going to be, tenants are moving in soon. So 2 bedrooms, kitchen, separate laundry, for example, and, you know, and a full bathroom, let's say. So you literally have a lot of space, especially if you have kids and you don't have to put out a ton of money out of your pocket. Well, the next benefit is, of course, basically, guys, what else would I say about it? More space, more room, cheaper, private, like laundry, for example. In condo units, you have to go, sometimes they don't have laundry in units, so you have to go to the coin laundry and things like that. And you almost have like your own house and some of your own space. Now, guys, I also want to say that what are the cons of living in a basement? Well, first of all, you know, it could be dark. Okay, it could be dark environment inside. You know, like, let me show you some of my windows that I have on my basement suite. Let me take you there and we'll come back in a moment. So here we go. For example, I have a window that's very small over here. This window over here, that's actually my laundry room there. So how much sunlight can go through that window? Not too much. So it gets darker. You are literally a little bit under the ground, so you are in more closed spaces. Like, look at the windows upstairs over there. That's the windows you get for the upstairs. That's the window you get for the basement. Now, of course, my windows are and other places are bigger. You know, if you look on this side of the house, the windows are huge. You can actually get in, and you know, but a lot of basements have this kind of windows, so smaller space, more confined. If you are claustrophobic, you know, if you're afraid of closed spaces, that might be an issue. By the way, guys, I want to say something about the situation that's happening right now in Ukraine. And then, you know, if anything like a extreme situation happens in Canada, you know, like a war situation in Ukraine, the basements are actually safer. You're literally in a trench under the ground, protected. So if there was anything kind of like big boom happening around, you are safer down there than on top of the house, 100% for sure. But guys, that's, you know, that's kind of a thing. Now, what are the other negative things about the basements? Well, flood risk. So if the house floods, the basement floods first. So if the utility pipe breaks, you get flooded. Also, pests. There are more chances of pests being in the basement. Mold. There are more chances of mold developing in a basement than upstairs, because you know you're closer to the ground. You know, like for example, I had a situation in my previous in another property where the ants went into the basement. I got rid of them, but it's closer to the ground and more chances of them ants getting inside. Well, okay. Then what else? Mold, right? Mold is, there is a higher chance that there might be a crack in the foundation or something, and the mold might develop behind the drywall. And if you have mold allergies, it might be bad for you, for your health in that way. So that also could happen in the basement. In Calgary specifically, that's where I am. Anyway, guys, I want to disclose this. I am a realtor with eXp Realty here in Calgary, Alberta. I do not help people with rent. And I started off being an international student, guys. I started off living in Canada, working in logistics in different companies. Now I only became a realtor after doing YouTube for years, helping people move and relocate into Canada, answering the immigration questions and things like that, but just making information videos for you guys. So just so you know a little bit background if you haven't been on this channel. But anyways, now I'm a realtor. I help buy and sell real estate in Calgary, Alberta. I'm originally from Ukraine, as you might say. My wife is originally from India. She's a mortgage broker with DLC Clear Trust Mortgages. Guys, I'll leave the contacts in the description of this video in case you need a mortgage, in case you need a pre-approval or pre-qualification. Anywhere in Canada, reach out to her. She's at home right now. She'll pick up the phone, the contacts in the description of this video. And as well, you can reach out to me if you have any real estate questions. And even if you're not in Calgary, Alberta, and you're doing research just about Canada in general, guys, give me a call. I'm going to refer to someone I know in your region that can help you with real estate as well. Anyways, guys, my contacts are also in the description of this video. Back to the topic. In Calgary, Alberta, well, here we have such thing as radon, which is radioactive gas. It's a heavy gas, and we just have a lot of basements that do have that. So, guys, that could be another issue if you are renting a basement. For example, for myself, I don't even know if I have it or not. You have to do special testing for it. And it's only for the basement because it just stays in a basement like that. And I come from a country of nuclear disaster, so I really don't even care too much about radon. So but it's something to be concerned about if you are here. And of course, what are the next worst things about the basement besides environmental, you know, noise? People walking over your head. Not every basement suite is a legal basement suite, so they don't have, or even the legal one could be outdated. It means that people walking upstairs, you can hear floor squeaking. When I lived in the basement, I had Czech people on top of me partying, and the layout of the basement was so ridiculous that my bedroom was under their living room, and they were partying, and then somebody climbed the table and started dancing on a table, and then they crashed the table. He fell down, and then all the beer bottles came down, and I was sleeping downstairs, and I have to go to work the next day, and like, this is frustrating. So just so you know, noise can be another concern there. Also, my wife had the situation, intrusive landlord. There are landlords who are going to be like, you know, what is it called? Picking on you, not picking necessarily inside the basement suite, but like poking their nose each time you leave somewhere, or, you know, like almost not stalking you, but how do you call that? stalking maybe, I don't know, but basically they want to know, oh, looking at the window, who you bring in, who you come out, question you, and like going into the things that they don't need, like basically getting into your privacy. Another concern is for privacy too, like people upstairs. If you are watching a party, if you want to do something downstairs, people upstairs might hear you. So in terms of cons, there are a lot of cons. Still a person living over your head. Then all those concerns, privacy concerns. What else? It's actually colder in the basement in the summer, which is good because summers can be really hot and not everyone has air conditioner, especially in Calgary, Alberta. And it could be colder in the winter because the heat tends to go upstairs, depends on how many heat runs they have, if you don't have your own separate heating system. So yeah, noise concerns, colder downstairs by default, and in the summer it's cooler, in the winter it's cooler than it would be upstairs normally. So there's some cons in terms of the basement suites, but best benefit of outweighing all of this stuff is, of course, guys, you're not in an apartment complex, you get more space for less money, and you get the entire place for yourself without roommates. So money, and things like that, of course, it outweighs a lot of things. But would I want to live in a basement suite right now at a stage of where I am at life right now? No, I wouldn't want to do that. That's somewhere I would start in Canada. I would start off renting a basement to save up an down payment to buy my own real estate. And just like I'm doing right now, going to rent it to somebody else to help me pay for the mortgage now. That's the trick. That's how you do it. Then that person living in the basement is now getting a lot of space for way less money than otherwise. I have a condo in downtown right now, for example, rented out just over $2,500, 2-bedroom, and I have a bigger basement than my condo. There is $1,000 cheaper, almost $1,000 cheaper right now in the basement. So you get same space for $1,000 less. You can save up that $1,000. You save up 5% down payment. You spend 1-2 years saving up money, and you buy your own place and do what I do. That's the trick, guys. These are the pros and cons of renting a basement suite here in Canada, in Calgary, Alberta, in specific, about radon and things like that, just so you know your options. And there is nothing bad about it. If I was to start over in Canada, I would probably rent the basement suite again. And I used to rent in a condo. I still think the basement is better than a condo, but at the same time, yeah, in condo it was kind of nicer, especially more light, but we spend way more money for way less space. And it's up to you guys. I'm just here to provide information. It's Igor. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helps you. Ask me questions, comments down below. Anything related about Canada, life here, or even real estate, guys. Don't forget, I'm a realtor. And in case you have mortgage questions, I'll ask my wife to respond to your comments. Guys, see you next video. Bye for now.